Hello everybody, it's Christine. Time for a scrapbook process video. And what I've decided to do is, I've got these three pictures. I took them from, honestly, I think the porch. And this is my husband and my son-in-law, and they're working out back behind the backyard fence. So the way our house is set up, if you've been paying any attention, we bought some land and moved and all that. Well, there's like a backyard attached to the house, and then behind that is land. And so this is them behind there. I think this is after the hurricane, if I remember correctly, and they're picking up, yeah, because they're picking up a bunch of log and trees and stuff that had fallen. The tree had fallen. So I just thought that was kind of fun because they're, doing yard work. And I have this Scrap Room Flavors of the Month. I don't remember what month. I want to say maybe November. It's a fallish collection. You can kind of see. Oh, that's neat. I got the little basket weavy thing. But it's got like this green back. I looked for like a springtime one. I didn't find one that I really liked, but I do like these are kind of masculine colors. And so I thought this could be definitely usable. And then there's this craft cardstock. And then the other thing I did is I found a Scrap Room Flavors of the Month sketch challenge from November 2023. And I thought, this might be usable. I'm not sure about this thing down here. I'm going to think on that one. Because I do like maybe that's a torn piece. That might work. And I'm not sure about the round piece. We'll see about that. But I thought this could be fun. So I think I'll mount these on white cardstock. I have a little piece of spare white cardstock here. I'll mount those, and then let's get to cutting. So I'll be back in a second. Okay, you guys, I got my photos mounted on white cardstock. I have actually gutted the floral that had the navy on the back side of that, and I've gutted that and mounted that craft cardstock on that, and then I'm using the navy as my photo block there. And I really love that navy. I think there's not enough navy in scrapbooking. So I'm going to cut that, and then I'm going to cut the vertical strips in just a moment. I will say I think this layout went together pretty quickly. Only a couple things kind of gave me a little bit of, I hate to use the word struggle. I was on the struggle bus with a journaling square, and you'll see that toward the end because I do kind of leave some of that in there. And I think it's because the sketch didn't really have a journal spot. And I made it. It was a square. Anyway, you'll see in just a minute. So I got that green one. I went with the green in the middle because I think the green of the trees and the grass and stuff was like the most important color, if that makes sense. And then I'm going to do this orange, and then the back side of it has, I almost did the little basket weave, but I thought, no, I don't want that basket on top of the cardstock on this layout. So I'm going to do this little orangey color, and then the back side has a white with like these multicolored, I don't know what those are, star-looking things, circle star deals. So I'm going to do that, put it to the left. And I like how this looks actually a lot. I like the little color palette. Now, at first, when I looked at what came with the Scrap Room Flavors of the Month, I saw the page or the little sticker sheet with the little washi tapes, the little faux washi tape looking things. I didn't actually notice there was a second sheet in there initially. I think I pull it out in just a second and realize it. But I also knew that most likely nothing was going to be a good title. And I'm going to go off and get my titles in just a moment. So I'm going to pull this out. I'm going to see a couple things. I'm like, oh, okay, this looks pretty good. I actually kind of liked, there's a Home Sweet Home right there. It's actually on a square sticker. I'm going to use that, but I'm actually going to cut it out. I make an oval. I will tell you, it's not a perfect oval. I try to go around the little buggies that are circling the Home Sweet Home, but it's not that great. It's okay, but it's not that great. You know what? It's handmade. It's okay. First, I got to glue all this stuff down, though. I've kind of been sitting here messing with it, and I was just dry fitting, and I hadn't got it put down yet. So that's going to take me just a second. You can see now on the left-hand side there, I've got that black baskety thing, and that is the title box, or my little title box. This title I'm going to end up picking is Everyday Life, and I'm not going to swear on it. I think it's a Simple Stories foam sticker sheet. I cannot swear on it. I recognize it kind of, but I can't place it 100%. My strips here were a little far to the left, so I had to bring them in to the right a little because my photo block needed to overlap it. And I'm going to put my photo block down. The other thing I'm going to do in that circle where the sketch has a little circle, I decided there was enamel dots in also with the Scrap Room Flavors of the Month, but I decided I did want to use, I looked at the dots and I thought, oh, that would be neat to make the circle, but there's not quite enough. So I got off into my stash and I pulled out these little, I don't know what color these are. They're not really a copper. That's too goldy or whatever. Maybe I don't know what color this is, to be frank with you. Champagne or something, but it's a little darker than that. But I decided anyway to make the circle out of these little little, these little pearls, half pearls. And I had this little circle template thing, and it's kind of neat because it's got like a 0 and 180 or whatever and little marks. And I thought, oh, okay, cool. I can use this to make my circle and kind of measure where they're going to land. So I used that for just a second. Actually, I may sit here and make y'all watch this. I don't know. So if that's the case, I'll just tell you about the pictures, right? So I think I mentioned to you the pictures are my husband and my son-in-law, and they're back behind the fence. And they're picking up all these like tree stumps. Now, y'all, I'm down here in South Texas. It's 100 degrees, but they have to wear long pants and long sleeves. And I'm going to have a layout later this month where I tell a story that you guys, my poor husband, you have to watch later this month. Watch for one that's called like Attack of the Bees or something. I don't even know what I'm going to call it yet, but I have my counterfeit kit this month, and it's a lot of bee theme type stuff. And so it's the perfect kit to tell that story. So watch for that later this month, maybe on the 18th or something. Anyways, this here is just about them getting up and doing yard work. My husband, bless his little heart, he makes a mental chore list. And my son-in-law, he'll ask him, what do we need to get done? And my husband works, of course, he has a day job. And my son-in-law works as well. My daughter, they own their own business, though. So he will come home a little bit earlier in the afternoon and do the yard work. And he's thinking, I'm doing all the yard work we're supposed to do Saturday, so he has some free time Saturday. Nope. Husband will come up with more chores, you guys. I feel so sorry for this kid. I told him, I said, you need to tell your Mr. Harden here to put a list on the whiteboard in the garage. Because otherwise, there's always something to do. In all fairness, there is always something to do. When you own a home, and especially when you own a home out in the country, there is always something to do. There is never a day that you don't have something to do. So I said, just make sure he writes it down for you so you can be mentally prepared. So my title, I decided to be Everyday Life, because basically every day there's something to do. Now, you don't have to do something every day. You don't have to do it. But if you went looking, there's plenty to do. Now, I stuck down every in life because I thought to myself, well, that way I can center day. But then it looked kind of weird to me because I think it was too spread apart. So I went ahead and squished them together just a little bit. And I've got Everyday Life now. I got my little circles of my little dots. I'm going to make a little embellishment cluster in the lower left. That title obviously is not exactly how the sketch showed it. The sketch showed the title just kind of in the upper right side there. So mine's kind of stretched out a little bit more. I'm going to also get off into my binder. I have a binder, you guys, with my like stash embellishments or whatever. I actually have a bunch of little iris things too, and I need to start pulling that out as well. But I remembered I did have, you'll see it in just a minute, I did have a little water hose piece of ephemera. Could not tell you what collection that came out of. I could not tell you. I forgot. Maybe a photo play. I'm thinking photo play sometime back, and I ended up remembering to pull that out. This is where I'm kind of looking at this sticker sheet that came with the collection. It has that Home Sweet Home on it with little buggies, and I decided to cut that as an oval and put that kind of where it had like a circle with a bow or a heart on it with a bow or something like that. It's kind of in between the bottom or the left two pictures. And I'm going to put that there. This is why I told you it's not a perfect oval. It'll be okay though. Maybe nobody will notice. And then I'm going to get off into my little binder there, and I'm going to find, like I said, I'll find that little water hose in a minute. I'm also going to find a pink bracket. So the sketch showed a little bracket between the right two photos. And I will actually pull that out. There is pink in the flowers on the back side of the frame of the layout. So I think it works okay. So there's my little water hose ephemera. I'm really proud of that. I thought, okay, that's kind of yard work looking. And then I've got my little pink brackety thing. You're going to see that. I'm going to have to use Nuvo glue on that because there is like zero adhesive. It's been in that binder for 100 years and no adhesive. And I actually have to put it on there twice and really press it firmly because he does not want to hang out, y'all. He kind of moves in a second. See that? He's not wanting to hang out. So I'm going to put a little more Nuvo glue and then I'll press it down. I also pulled out that little tag. It says Best Dad Ever. Now, technically, it's both of them working, but I don't know. I just feel like my husband working like this, he's such a good role model for young men. And so I just love that. So he's going to get a Best Dad Ever tag on here because why not? He deserves it. And also there was a little foam heart on the Everyday Life, the little thickers or foam stickers sheet. There's a little green kind of heart and it kind of matches the collection. So I'll use that down there by that Home Sweet Home. And then I'm going to actually end up pulling out, you can kind of see it in the upper right hand corner, there's like a little label. I intended to do like a little bit of journaling on there. Well, actually what I ended up doing was I was going to put it underneath the Home Sweet Home, and I'll do that in just a moment as kind of a little frame. or like a little, because I felt like Home Sweet Home looked a little strange just by itself. So I'm going to add that. I moved that around just a tad here and there because I'm trying to decide how much I wanted to show of it. And I'm going to put, like I said, the little green foam heart. And I'm looking to see what else I add here. I think I go back into my binder in just a minute. And I pull out a little burlap bow. It's kind of, there it is right there. I think that's really cute. It's a little textured burlap bow. So that's going to go there. And then in just a second, I'm going to pull out that journaling square. And I'm going to write basically the fact that, you know, Greg and Seth do this yard work every weekend. Two things happen. Number one, I accidentally smear the ink a little bit. And I just can't unsee it. It wasn't terrible. And I could certainly read the words. But once I saw it, I couldn't unsee it. And it aggravated me. And so even on top of that, I'm like, okay, where can I put this journaling square? And I'm about to find it, you guys. I forget which color it was. I think it was in the orange. There it is. It's green with like a little orange. And the colors worked great too. That's what made me so sad. I thought about putting it right there. And it might have worked there, except for the corner was making a weird shelf. I didn't like where it was falling, but if I pulled it up too high, it didn't touch the title, and then I felt like it was floating kind of weirdly. So it wasn't going to work up there, even though I try it over and over and over again. Here's where I'm writing a little bit of journaling, though. And then, like I said, I kind of smear it with my finger, and it just hurts me inside, and I can't unsee the smear. And then I'll start messing with the placement, and I actually end up getting a little blue sticker. It's a navy blue sticker because I thought, well, I'll pull the navy in from the photo block and cover up the hole. I don't know when I smeared it, to be honest with you. But I like this, and I thought, okay, I'll put that there, and that'll kind of help do that. But you guys, I just could not, it didn't look right to me. I kept messing with it. I move this thing, I actually go off camera, and I move it more and more and more, even off camera. And then I thought, well, what if I put it here? No, that looks really goofy. That's completely wrong. And it really could have gone right there if my title was a little higher, but it wasn't going to work. And then there, I don't know, you guys. It did not visually look right to me. There was no cluster there. It just looked like it was weirdly floating. So then I tried down below, and even there yet still, I go, this is just weirdly floating. It doesn't belong. And so ultimately, you guys, I'm going to just toss it. I'm going to pull the little navy sticker off because I do like the little navy sticker. I'll put it kind of next to the little bow. Oh, I even tried this sticker. I thought, well, what if I join it to the title with this thing? No, that looks goofy too. So he goes bye-bye. So now you can see I put just a tiny bit of journaling on that label with that little blue sticker. And that's all I did, you guys. I didn't even put the date. I need to put that. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching me on my struggle bus today. And I hope you guys are having a lovely, lovely day. And we will see you next time. Bye.